Sup? Man, look, I normally don't talk on social media issues and all that other stuff on my own YouTube, but I just saw a funny ass video with on Kwame Brown Bus Life. You know, Kwame Brown, that's my dude. I ride with him. Been riding with him since he got drafted by my Wizards, and I still ride with him. You know what I'm saying? So I saw a video of somebody breaking down that punk motherfucker Tammy, talking about he was talking to an African brother, right? And one, he thought it's funny how he think he can belittle the African man as if somehow the African man is beneath him. That African man probably speak 4 languages and got all kinds of credentials and skills and knowledge that Tammy will never fucking have. So anyway, the brother, and I'm sorry it escapes my mind, that so eloquently broke down the video that Kwame played the other day. You know, he kept calling Tammy out on his bullshit. And this is the funny thing. So I live in Charlotte now, right? I used to live in Alexandria, Virginia. I'm from the DC area. My kids go to PG County Public Schools. So the African brother was talking to Tammy bitch ass about why is not STEM and coding and trades in every school. And so instead of trying to understand what the man is saying, punk ass Tammy do his usual shit. Over talking, asking stupid ass questions. Prove to me it's not. Things don't work that way, Joe. Well, what school your kids go to? Who the fuck gonna go online, in public and tell some stranger and me, or however many people watch this punk ass niggas videos, who gonna go online and tell them what school they kids go to? You tell me what schools don't have coding, don't have STEM. And then the niggas say, put your kids in the schools that got it. One, it don't work that way. They got lottery programs. I know firsthand because my son, I got 2 sons, I got 2 stepsons, 2 sons. My 2 stepsons got into every fucking lottery they wanted to. Every great school they wanted. My son never got into the fucking lotteries, never got accepted into the schools. This is in Charlotte now. So while my stepsons got into the STEM schools and the Cambridge Academy schools that have all these programs, my son didn't. Now, the funny thing is this too. They also have STEM inside of the community schools here in Charlotte, right? So the home school would have STEM. It would be labeled STEM in Cambridge. But it's like a school within a school. So even though my son might go to a school that's designated as STEM, you won't qualify. Or if you're not accepted into the lottery, you don't get into those programs anyway. You can't even choose them as an elective. So that's one that punk ass nigga Tammy don't understand. 2, he say, put your kids in the schools. Who the fuck got money to do that? You mean to tell me that he don't understand? He supposed to be so smart. He don't understand that you can't just look at a school in a school district and say, I want my kid to go there, and then just send them there? Nigga, you can't just pick a school. I can't go pick Providence High School over West Meck because I don't want my kids going to West Meck. You know what I'm saying? And the other trick is this too. They'll label this is the trick. My whole family in education. My father was a principal, distinguished principal, aunts, teachers, everything. I'm a former fireman. My family, either you a firefighter, you a teacher, or you in the military. They'll designate poor economic neighborhood schools as magnet schools, as STEM schools, as Cambridge programs, right? But they'll actually have less programs than schools not designated for that. Why is that? You want to know why? I'ma fucking tell you. Because the lottery only allows you to keep shuffling your kids amongst the failing schools in the bad, I don't want to say bad neighborhoods, because that's a term I'm trying to get away from the lower economic neighborhoods. So it gives you the illusion that you have options, but you really don't. So I'm gonna give you an example. My daughter took Latin for 3.5 years. She lived in, this was back when we lived in Alexandria. She ended up coming to Charlotte. I tried to get into the language academy, which used to be another public school that was a failing school. Why, when I look at the language academy, they only had like 5 languages. This is called Waddell Language Academy. My daughter couldn't take Latin there. She couldn't take Latin 3 or 4, whatever it was that year. She couldn't take it. And they didn't offer Latin at her home school, which is also labeled a magnet school, which is also labeled a STEM school, which is funny because they didn't have none of the programs available for her. So when I looked at the high schools that's not listed as magnet and STEM, I looked at their course offering. Providence High School, what's the other school uptown, near uptown? All the fancy schools that's not designated as magnet, they have Latin, Chinese, Japanese, French, Italian. Why the fuck do the schools that you can't put your kids in the magnet program lottery have more languages than the language academy? It's a fucking game, yo. And this punk ass nigga Tammy acting like he don't understand that. Then he say homeschool. Who the fuck? How can you home? Do you know how hard it is to homeschool? Okay, Tammy, why do teachers go to college? Why do teachers go to college? Because they learn methods to teach. Us parents, besides our own jobs and our own lives and our own fucking careers, how in the hell are we supposed to know these methods? If we just as good as teaching our kids as a teacher is, they wouldn't need bachelor's and master's degrees to be teachers and administrators or secondary education teachers. They wouldn't need it because it would be just that easy. There are methods, homie. Don't act like you don't know this. This dumb nigga stupid as shit. This nigga dumb. I got a hard time believing he really that dumb. I just think he do that shit for show. For real, because it's like, I'm watching that video and I'm like, Slim, you talking to this African man, what schools in Houston don't have coding? Man, shut the fuck up, nigga. You know, like you gonna go make some motherfucking coding. We all know that our schools in our areas are limited as to what they offer. And the schools that do have, maybe wood shop, maybe carpentry, down here in Charlotte, for example, Lowe's and a couple other programs down here are actually doing something by bringing, shop and carpentry and plumbing and things like that into the lower income schools. Everybody don't got that, but they still face problems with funding. So it's not really where it should be. Don't fake like you gonna sit here and act like every single school got this. What the brother was saying on your show, nigga, was every school should require it. You want to talk about it's electives. You choose your electives. If you don't put your kid in a school that got it, that's your fault. Again, the brother was not saying it should be an elective. He was saying it should be required, just like Math 1, algebra, 1 or 2 languages, whatever your school district is. I'm gonna give you another example. My son is back home in PG County, Maryland, back home. He goes to a school that used to be dynamite, used to be like that. I'm not gonna say the name of the fucking school because it ain't nobody's fucking business, Tammy. He go to a school that used to be like that. Well, they built a couple other new schools, redistricting this and that. They rebuilt one of the other schools that's nearby. This school is magnificent. They got STEM, Cambridge, magnet programs, honors programs. They got a brand new building. They got all these programs, coding, all this shit. So now my son's school that used to have all that, the population of the school has reduced so much. He played football. They don't even have a JV and freshman team no more because they don't have enough kids. The school almost halfway closed down now because everybody's able to put their kids in the lottery from these different schools to get into the one they just rebuilt because they had these programs. My son's school don't have that program. He couldn't get into the other schools because he just moved back home. Well, back up there. So while all the kids at his school suffer not having these programs, you got other kids who got it down the street that's supposed to be in his school. So instead of building up his school to make it equitable and equal to the other school, which is right around the corner, and y'all from PG, y'all probably know what I'm talking about. Y'all know where I'm talking about. It's an area right along the waterfront that just got rebuilt. They got a nice casino there. It's a couple schools in that area. Y'all know which school I'm talking about. Brand new, beautiful. They are benefiting mightily. My son's school used to be like that. They are struggling because they don't got these programs. The kids are getting poached. Rightfully so. I'm not saying it's right they getting poached. What I'm saying is the parents who are putting their kids in these lotteries to get out of this school, I mean, why wouldn't you put your kid in that situation? So don't sit here and act like you can just sit at home with your kids and teach them all day. Like, how the fuck you supposed to make money? Niggas gotta work, B. I said niggas gotta work, B. Motherfuckers gotta go to work, man. You know what I'm saying? People gotta work. And then the other point, and I'm gonna touch on this last point. He said, you know, like the African brother was talking about, well, you can learn the stuff at home for free. So that's why some schools are using it as justification, not to make it a requirement, right? And I understand what he mean by that, because Tammy wouldn't let him finish. He was saying by that logic, you can learn everything for fucking free. I can go on YouTube and look up how to do drywall and put flooring in and do some tile work, right? But that don't mean I'm credentialed and certified and can go get a career or get a business doing it just because I learned it from YouTube. That's why I need to be in schools, Tammy, you dumb motherfucker. Are you pretending to be dumb for views, or is you really dumb? I got a hard time believing you really don't understand this. I think you just doing it just to do it, Slim. Like, the brother was saying it needs to be required. When you require these courses, you have it documented to show the piece of paper, this is what college is, the piece of paper to show that you are proficient in a skill. A lot of times you can't get, one, a job working if you don't got that paper or that credential, or two, you know, if you don't have apprenticeships, which we are losing a lot because, you know, people nowadays either don't want to even bother getting involved because in our community, we don't even know about these opportunities. Half the time, we don't even know about them. So you faulting people for not knowing what they don't know. If you don't know, how you supposed to even know what questions to ask? They don't expose us to this stuff. Everybody not so lucky to be able to get out of a certain area to know the difference of what one school got versus another. Everybody's not so lucky, homie, and you know that. Stop faking it seem like we can just control and do whatever we want. Look, ain't nobody choosing to have their kids struggling. Like Kwame said, look, voice cracking like I'm just hitting puberty. Like Kwame said, we pay taxes, nigga. We pay all these taxes and we can't get these programs required in our schools. So these kids can get these grades and these certifications coming out in these magnet programs. These kids is graduating 12th grade with college credits. At these fancy schools that ain't even got magnet designators, so we can't put our kids in the lottery to get there. They graduate in high school with almost a goddamn associate's degree. But our kids go to school and they barely get the final credit just to graduate and get a high school diploma. It ain't got nothing to show for it. So stop playing stupid, homie. And I don't call shows for niggas to overtalk. I don't do that. I always felt like this. If I ask you a question and you answer me with a question, then you full of shit. And that's all that nigga do. And I don't care if he see the video or if he don't, because I don't make no motherfucking videos but for nobody but myself, right? Yeah, I'ma tag them. Yeah, I'ma tag the nigga. I'ma tag him. I don't care if he watch it. I don't care if he don't. I don't care if he watch it, make a video and shit talk me and go through all my little videos, because I got some dumb shit on my YouTube because I do shit for me. I like to laugh. I make myself laugh. But you know what? What I saw today was disturbing. And the video was a couple days old. That shit was really fucking disturbing. And I'm going to find out the name of the brother that broke the video down that Kwame posted, because I want to give him credit. I'm sorry I don't remember it right now, but I'm going to look it up. So when I post this, I'm going to tag him too, because he did a dynamite job in breaking down the hypocrisy and foolishness and straight up niggerdom. And he, one more thing, this motherfucker Tammy had the nerve to call this African brother Negro. Call all us black folk Negroes. If you Negroes love your kids, you put... Who the fuck you talking to? Like, see... He's an example of somebody who been stuck behind a computer so long that they don't know what it's like to get punched in the motherfucking face. Niggas like that, That's why I don't usually waste no time talking about that kind of stuff, Joe. But that's why people like Kwame, people like Self-Talk, people like Casino, people like this brother that I'm talking about now that broke down Tammy's bullshit. Salute to y'all, Joe, because it's some bitch ass niggas out here that's saying some fucked up shit just for attention. And it's damaging, yo. It's damaging. They acting like they don't understand the problems. You got niggas out here, you know what I'm saying, talking all this mess like they so superior, but they don't know nothing. They ain't got no credentials. They act like they do. They don't. They just... Meanwhile, brothers like Kwame, brother Ben X, you know, doing the work. They out there doing the work and they ain't doing it for attention. Y'all think y'all out here saying, oh, he don't do nothing. He don't... Why? Because he don't show you? Nigga, he ain't got to show y'all shit. He been taking care of his community for a long time. And I'm from the D.C. area. I grew up in Alexandria, Virginia. Kwame know where that's at. He used to live in Alexandria. One thing that we know about Kwame Brown is he always rolled quiet. He do his thing. My wife, she from Augusta. She, you know, she know all about that area of Georgia and South Carolina and all that. I live in Charlotte now. You know, my folk come from Charleston. My great-grandma and them, Geechee. Yeah, I'm mixed. I'm mixed, believe it or not. I'm mixed. My great-grandma, real dark skin, you know, had thinner lips. She from South, they from Charleston. Drayton Hall Plantation. Yeah, I know. So, in case y'all don't know about Kwame, he roll a certain way because he was raised a certain way amongst certain people by certain people. Some other motherfuckers, like Tammy, obviously wasn't raised that way. We listen to our elders and learn from them. We don't sit here and talk like we know everything. We don't talk when we don't know what we talking about. So get the fuck out of here with that bullshit, Tammy. And I know Tammy don't know me, and I ain't doing this for no motherfucking likes. I'm doing this shit because I got a bunch of kids, and I'm tired of motherfuckers saying this, putting this false narrative out there. Always want to blame the black parent as if everything our fault, when it's but so much we could do, Slim. They get all these tax dollars from us. Sales tax, property tax, you know what I'm saying, cigarette tax, lottery, all that shit come from us. But what we get in return? And Tammy's only answer is find a way to pay $2,000 a month to put your kids in private school. Find a way to quit your motherfucking job and homeschool, or magically force your school system to allow your kid to go to whatever school you choose for them. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know better than that, homie. That's all I got.